You guys are watching the Cowboys Report, made possible today by Manscaped. The holidays are just around the corner. It's never too early to start thinking about gifts. So if it's for a friend or the friend in your pants, get Manscaped. 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. Links in the comments section and in the description. And make sure you like today's video if you want the Cowboys to take down the Green Bay Packers, a history that's not been very good of Aaron Rodgers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Rodgers has kind of had a lot of success in recent years against Dallas. But if you want to break that streak and keep the win streak going for the Cowboys overall, the break the Packers streak over Dallas, like the video right now. It's backed by the science. If you like it, the Cowboys are more likely to win. So don't jinx it. Like the video right now. The lines have drastically changed, by the way, for Cowboys-Packers. Opened briefly 2.5 in favor of Dallas. That has skyrocketed to 5. I believe that line came out before the Packers lost. Lines more than a little bit here. Dallas is 6-2. The Packers are 3-6. The Packers lost 5 straight games. This is not the Packers team we thought we were going to have in Week 10. Their offense is garbage. They've had no success this year. The defense is maybe league average, and they were banking on a top 10 unit. And the special teams, as we'll get into, is the worst of the 3. The Cowboys take on the Green Bay Packers. We'll talk about their receiving core. Their best one is banged up right now. They are dangerously thin at that spot. Their run defense is not very good. On the road, Dallas is right to be a 5-point, which is a lot, I know, but it's fair. Because Green Bay, this is bad. If I had shown you the schedule and so they play the Lions, Bills, Commanders, Jets, and Giants, you said, oh, they went 4-1, right? Maybe 3-2? 0-5. They score 9 points against the Lions, who I think figured out some defensive stuff in their bye, but the Lions were a mess. You lose by 10 to Buffalo. You lose to the Commanders. You lose by 3 scores to the Jets, and the Giants beat you in London. The Packers have problems right now, and they got to get those figured out, or they're going to be in a very bad spot this year. Hopefully the redemption get-right game doesn't come this week. We'll get to the Cowboys and stuff in a minute, but first, the Packers side of it. Rashawn Gary, torn ACL. Brutal loss to him. He's been awesome this year. Huge loss on defense. And the Packers lost one of the 2 receivers Aaron Rodgers seems to trust and like. Romeo Doubs, out high ankle sprain. He's not going to play this week. He's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Probably will go on IR. That leaves Allen Lazard, Christian Watson, Randall Cobb, Samori Toure, who you've never heard of before, as the Packers receivers, and maybe a healthy Sammy Watkins. It's a garbage tier receiving core. They needed help at the deadline. They did not get it. Dallas, meanwhile, after a very bad Week 1 performance, have righted the ship. Big offensive performances in the last 6 quarters. Remember, they didn't do anything against the Lions. Then 24 later on. 49 against the Bears. Maybe somewhere in between this week. Who do you have, though? Some injury news and key to the game coming up next here. Who you got winning? C for the Cowboys. P for the Packers. It is the pinned comments on today's video. You know the drill. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. The Cowboys' official injury report, of course, is not out yet because that doesn't come out until Wednesday when they really start to practice. But these are the 5 names to monitor. We'll come back to the last 4. But the initial 4 is Ezekiel Elliott. And the expectation is that Zeke is back this week after missing Week 8, that he recovers from that knee injury, which was a sprain, a tear, hyperextension. They've kind of played coy. I think it is a hyperextension, but that's what it looked like when he got hurt to me in the first place. He played through that and then didn't play last week. He should be back this week. Remains to be seen on these other 4. Noah Brown, Malik Hooker, Sam Williams, Anthony Barr. Noah Brown has the foot injury. I think he'll be okay. Malik Hooker says he's doing better with this hamstring. Neither guy practiced last week. If they get a limited limited practice in on Wednesday, that means they'll probably go this week. Sam Williams tweaked his knee at a practice. Did not play last week. We'll see if he's good to go. And I'm very curious about Anthony Barr. Hamstring injury, did not return. I don't think it's a severe hamstring injury, but tell you what, Damone Clark looked decent. I think played better as the game went on. He could be a piece for the Cowboys at linebacker with or without Anthony Barr. Manscaped has the perfect package 4.0. 20% off and free shipping when you use promo code Cowboys over at manscaped.com. It is the best available option for you guys out there. Holiday season is here. Santa cares about his sack, and so should you. Look nice when you get a little bit naughty by going to manscaped.com and using promo code Cowboys. That link, by the way, is in the comment section and in the description. Get your jingle balls ready this holiday season. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. That's why they call me the baby maker. Manscaped.com, promo code Cowboys. Keys to the game now. Number one, a good ground game. The Packers' run defense, to be blunt, is bad. Everyone makes a big deal about, the Cowboys' run defense. Green Bay's worse. Green Bay has had a bottom 5-10 run defense for much of the year. You should be able to run the football on Green Bay. Now, you still want to mix in your early down passes, your play action stuff. Don't get away from that. But if it's a light box, run that football. Feed Pollard, feed Zeke. Pollard's on pace for a 1,000-yard season. Zeke, not quite, but you should be able to have success running the football. I think you'll see both players heavily involved again in this game plan. Assuming Zeke plays like I do, who has more rushing yards this week? EE for Ezekiel Elliott or TP for Tony Pollard? Make those predictions for me right now in the comment section. Number two, do that last game again, Dak. That was a really strong game out of Dak Prescott. There was the one interception, which, having gone back and looked, it is, of course, at least somewhat on the quarterback. That was a heat check throw from Dak. He also definitely thought Lamb was going to run that route crisper and more across the face of the safety. Either way, maybe a bit too aggressive there. 3 total scores, 250 yards through the air, 34 on the ground, 78% completion percentage. Dak was awesome. That was a fantastic showing from Dak against the Bears, who actually had a really good pass defense entering that game. You should continue to have that level of play if you want to make a postseason run this year. Pick the score for me of Cowboys against the Packers. My score prediction, plus a bold prediction for this game, coming up later in today's show, but let me hear yours first in the comment section. Number 3, avoid the Aaron Rodgers redemption game. The play from Aaron Rodgers this year has not been remotely what we're accustomed to out of Rodgers. Under 65% completion rate for the first time in 3 years. His yards per attempt and his QBR, career lows since becoming a starter. This has been as bad as we have seen Rodgers play. His interceptions, with half a year still to go, the most since 2016. Rodgers does not look like Rodgers. That is Aaron, and not the good Aaron Rodgers. That's not been the normal level of play. I know his receiving core is not bad. The offensive line is banged up. This is also why you don't ever ask any QB just to carry your roster. It's a horrible idea. It does not work. You want to get them some help. Green Bay did a bad job of that. But Rodgers doesn't look right at this point. So serious question. Pick a QB right now, not career. That's obviously Rodgers. Not peak, obviously Rodgers. Right this second. Who's the better QB? DP for Dak Prescott. AR for Aaron Rodgers. While you're down there, make sure you guys are subscribed. Free videos every single day right here on the Cowboys Report. And yes, we will be live for the Cowboys-Packers game. Don't miss out. Subscribe right now. Number 4, own the special teams battle in impressive fashion. Green Bay, as has been the case for a couple years now, have a garbage special teams unit. They are not good, and it cost them that Niners playoff game last year. Kevontae Turpin could be primed for a big-time game. He has 9 kick returns this year for 218 yards, 13 punt returns for 191 yards so far this season. The Cowboys have a very strong special teams. They have been awesome in that area. They've consistently been productive, and Turpin is among the most dynamic kick returners and punt returners in the entire NFL, despite a rather limited amount of return chances. Here's my bold prediction for this week. This is the week Kevontae Turpin scores a touchdown. I'm setting the bet, Jeremy. You're damn right I am. I can only get him for first touchdown if someone do it. Kick return, punt return, Maybe they finally get involved on offense. Just throwing that out there as a possibility. I think Kevontae Turpin scores a touchdown this week. My final key to the game, Mike McCarthy revenge game. And I know Mike said, I don't want to get it all about me. I want it to be a distraction. Jaron Kerr said that the Cowboys players want to win this one for Mike. Mike wants this one bad. He wants to go to Green Bay, go to Lambeau, where he has the street named after him, and he wants to beat his old team. Now, I don't think Mike's going to make it about him. That's a pretty damn strong motivation tactic for a team that likes you. The Cowboys, I should say. This is the Mike McCarthy revenge game all the way through. I think Mike wants it pretty bad. I think he'll get it pretty bad, too. Phrasing, I know. But he's going to get the win this week. I've got the Cowboys winning 27-20. That is my score prediction. Packers kind of make a bit of a late rally. I am always worried about Aaron Rodgers because it's Rodgers, and at some point you got to figure they're going to get it figured out. But if they couldn't get it figured out against the Lions and the Cowboys coming off the bye, this is a game the Cowboys can, should, and I think will end up winning.